1961 Chevrolet Corvair Rampside, located in Cicero, NY. Valued at $34,900. This insanely rare, rust-free, silver and red beauty that boasts beautiful paint and runs excellently. So, what makes a Rampside so special? Because its air-cooled flat-six engine is tucked underneath the rear floor. Chevy engineered a genius drop-down loading ramp into the side of the bed. Back in the early 60s, Chevy built this forward control truck to compete directly with the Volkswagen Transporter and the Ford Econoline pickups. But while the VW was painfully slow and the Ford was front-heavy, the Corvair offered superior, car-like handling and that ultra-practical side-loading feature. Fast forward to today, in 2026, rolling up in this fully restored 61, Rampside is the ultimate enthusiast flex. For around 35 grand, you're buying a turnkey conversation starter. 1988 Dodge D150, located in Tupelo, MS, valued at $28,500. It's got that perfect lifted stance, beefy tires, and the classic chrome roll bar with KC-style lights that gives off major retro action movie vibes. Let's see if it's worth the price tag. Diving into the seller's description. This truck isn't just a survivor, it has been completely restored. The body has just 47,000 original miles, but under the hood is a brand new 318 cubic inch V8 motor with less than 1,000 miles on it. It's breathing through custom welded headers, and if you look closely at the picture, you can see that awesome side exit exhaust. But my absolute favorite detail, the bed. The seller installed a custom rainbow poplar wood bed floor, paired with rugged Raptor-lined sides. Add in the new tires, and this thing is totally turnkey and ready to show off. Historically, the 1988 Dodge D-Series represents the tail end of an iconic era. Dodge kept this rugged, square-jawed body style alive from the early 70s all the way to 1993. Back in '88, if you were buying a truck, you were comparing this to the Ford F-150 Bricknose, or the brand new OBS Chevy K1500. While Chevy completely modernized their design that year, Dodge stuck to their guns with this tough, unapologetic, old-school boxy shape, which is exactly why collectors love them so much today. Driving a loud, analog, V8-powered regular cab like this D150 is the ultimate rebellion. For $28,500, you're buying a pristine piece of American truck history with unmatched street presence. 1997 Chevrolet 1500 Extended Cab, located in Sioux Falls, SD, valued at $11,500. This beauty is slammed with a 2x4-inch drop and rolls on brand new 22-inch Rider Torque thrust-style wheels. Under the hood sits the legendary, dead reliable Vortex small block V8 with only 134,206 original miles. This southern truck was garage stored every winter, meaning it has zero rust. The interior is immaculate, the windows are tinted, the AC blows ice cold, and the truck literally needs nothing. Historically, these GMT 400 OBS Chevys are legendary. Back in '97, if you wanted a half-ton cruiser, you were looking at this or the curved Ford F-150. But, while the Ford styling aged quickly, the crisp lines of the Chevy became an absolute classic. Now in 2026, finding a clean, rust-free OBS truck nearing 30 years old is incredibly rare. This thing is pure retro perfection. 1975 Chevrolet 1500 square body, located in Minot, ND, valued only at $5,000. It's a true barn find, and the seller notes it hasn't even been registered since 2003. Let's dive into the specs because this truck is an incredibly honest starting point for a build. The listing confirms it's a true one-owner vehicle. Under the hood sits the legendary, dead reliable 350 cubic inch V8 motor paired with a smooth automatic transmission. Despite sitting 4 decades, the seller says it runs, drives, and stops. Now, look closely at the body. The seller is upfront that it is rusty. You can see the rust creeping up the white front bumper and the longer wheel wells, but the cab looks structurally decent, meaning this rig has a ton of potential whether you want to build a rat rod, cruiser, or put it back to work. Historically, the Chevy square body generation, introduced in 1973, completely revolutionized the pickup truck market. GM used wind tunnels to design the truck, giving it better aerodynamics and fuel efficiency than the previous generation. Back in '75, if you needed a half-ton truck, you were cross-shopping this with the Ford F-150 or the Dodge D-100. While Ford was arguably the king of farm sales, the Chevy square body won enthusiasts over with its aggressive, clean lines and incredibly easy to modify suspension. Fast forward to today. In 2026, the classic truck market has exploded, and finding an unmolested, running, one-owner square body for $5,000 is getting harder every single day. Modern trucks feel like rolling spaceships, but this Chevy is pure analog soul. Would you take on this North Dakota barn find? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. 2005 GMC Top Kick C4500 Monroe 4x4, located in Springfield, Mo. Valued at $55,000. Finished in a glaring bright yellow with black accents, it looks exactly like Ironhide from the Transformers movies. This isn't just a truck, it's a rolling statement. Let's dig into the marketplace sheet, because the specs on this rig are insane. It has only 74,000 original miles and boasts a completely clean, free and clear title. Under that massive hood sits the legendary LLY Duramax diesel V8 engine mated to a bulletproof Allison automatic transmission. The seller notes it runs flawlessly with zero dash lights or engine issues. Now, what makes this a Monroe conversion? Monroe Truck Equipment took these commercial medium duty CHASSIS and turned them into luxury consumer haulers. This one is loaded with full air ride suspension and plush air ride seats to save your lower back, plus a custom yellow and black leather interior that perfectly matches the outside. For utility, you get a gooseneck hitch setup and a fuel cell in the bed. It's sitting on polished alcohol wheels wrapped in brand new tires, features vertical chrome exhaust stacks, and just got fresh brakes and a new drag link. Historically, GM built the GMT 560 platform to dominate the medium-duty commercial market, but the Monroe conversions created a niche cult following for elite buyers who needed to tow massive, luxury horse trailers or boats. Back in the mid-2000s, if you wanted a truck this ridiculously massive, your only other options were an International CXT or a custom Ford F650. While the International was almost too commercial to park anywhere, the Top Kick hit that perfect sweet spot of commercial grade capability with actual drivable pickup truck proportions, getting a pre-def, low-mileage Duramax monster like this for $55,000 is an absolute steal for anyone who values analog reliability and maximum towing power. We've covered 5 cars so far. Which one do you think is the best buy for 2026? Let me know your pick in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for another Hidden Gems classic car finds. 1975 Ford F-50 Highboy, located in Gainesville, GA. Valued at $22,500. Let's dive straight into the specs, because this truck is built to work. The seller confirms this is a true F-6 VIN factory 4x4. Under the hood, it's rocking a classic 360 engine, paired with a rugged 4-speed manual transmission. For the drivetrain, it features a Dana 44 front axle with disc brakes and a Dana 60 in the rear. The previous owner also threw in some fantastic reliability upgrades, including a full MSD ignition setup distributor, coil, box, and wires, plus a retro sound Bluetooth radio, so you can stream your tunes. It's fully ready for the farm with a gooseneck hitch and ball, a weather guard toolbox, and aggressive tires that have less than 1,000 miles on them. Just a quick heads up, if you're buying out of state, it comes with a bill of sale only, which is standard for older vehicles in Georgia, though most states just require a quick police VIN inspection to issue a new title. Historically, the Highboy is a holy grail for Ford truck fans. Up until mid-1977, Ford 4x4 F2 50s used a divorce transfer case separated from the transmission, which forced the factory to lift the truck significantly higher just to make everything fit. Back in the mid-70s, if you needed a heavy-duty workhorse, you were cross-shopping this with the square body Chevy K20 or the Dodge W200. While the Chevy rode a bit smoother, the Ford Highboy stood taller straight off the showroom floor and had an unmatched reputation for brutal, frame-twisting durability. 1980 to Toyota FJ45, located in Charleston, SC. Valued at $34,000, it's actually a left-hand drive import from Venezuela that underwent a full restoration before making its way stateside over a decade ago. Let's dive into the details, because the seller is wonderfully honest. Mechanically, it's a tank. It's rocking the original bulletproof to F engine paired with a 4-speed manual transmission. It sits on an old man EMU lift kit and new Toyo tires. The seller upgraded the ignition, wiring, brakes, and even installed a custom retro sound stereo system. Now, the bad is purely cosmetic. The salty South Carolina air has caused some paint flaking and rust bubbles, mainly due to poor prep during its past restoration. The metal itself is totally solid. Oh, and the speedometer cable just gave out after a recent fluid change. Classic vintage truck life. Historically, the FJ45 is the long wheelbase truck version of the legendary FJ40. Back in the 80s, you were cross-shopping this military-grade utility vehicle globally against the Land Rover Defender 110 or an American Jeep CJ8 Scrambler. But Toyota's reputation for unkillable reliability made the Land Cruiser the top choice for the harshest environments on Earth. Here in 2026, driving a raw mechanical legend like this FJ45 gives you an unmatched, authentic connection to the road. 1974 Chevrolet C10, located in Minneapolis, MN, valued at $25,000. If you love the look of classic street trucks but want modern muscle, wait until you see what I just found on Facebook Marketplace. This is an absolutely killer, sitting perfectly on a custom 5/7 drop, and it boasts a rust-free California frame. Let's dive into the spec sheet, because this build is insane. Underneath that awesome Spanish gold mustard yellow patina paint sits an LS1 V8 and a rebuilt 4L60E transmission swapped out of a 2000 Camaro to handle that power. The seller threw in Moser rear axles with 4.11 gears, cowl tracks, and a full Willwood 4-wheel disc brake setup. Inside, the cab is fully dynamated and features a modern Dakota digital RTX gauge cluster. Historically, the third generation square-body Chevy completely revolutionized the pickup market. Back in '74, you were cross-shopping this with the Ford F100 Dentside and the Dodge D100. While Ford dominated farm sales, the Chevy C10 became the undisputed king of custom street trucks because its independent front suspension and chassis are incredibly easy to modify. For 25 grand, I think this is a total steal. Let me know what you think in the comments. 1977 Dodge D250 Club Cab, located in Royalton, MN, valued at $16,000. Interestingly, while the title lists it as a D250 Club Cab, the description clarifies it's actually a factory W200 crew cab, which makes it an absolute unicorn compared to your average old school rig. Let's talk specs. This heavy-duty machine is powered by a roaring 360 cubic inch V8 with a 4-barrel carburetor, backed by a legendary 727 automatic transmission and a divorced transfer case. It features full selectable to WD, 4 high and 4 low settings with manual lockout hubs, plus iconic buddy bucket seats up front. The seller notes it was restored about 20 years ago, so a bit of time is starting to show, but it's still a killer. Nice running, turnkey driver. Historically, late 70s, Dodge trucks were famous for their indestructible build quality and unapologetically boxy look. Back in '77, if you wanted a heavy-duty crew cab, you were comparing this to a Ford F-250, Highboy or a Chevy K20. While Ford and Chevy dominated fleet sales, Dodge offered a bolder, more aggressive style and a bulletproof small block powertrain. Now in 2026, for 16 grand, you're getting serious metal, mechanical soul, and a classic that's only going up in value. 1987 Chevrolet 1500 regular cab, located in Delano, MN, valued at $20,000. Today, we are looking at the absolute holy grail of 1980s American iron. Just look at the aggressive stance on this classic silver, square body sitting out in the dirt. Let's dive into the details. Under the hood sits the legendary 350 small block V8 paired with a recently rebuilt TH350 automatic transmission. This 4x4 sits perfectly on a 4-inch rough country lift, 15-inch bullet hole rims, and brand new 33-inch tires. The seller notes it has 160,000 miles, newer axles, and is totally rust-free after a 90s repaint. Though there are a few minor paint chips and bubbles, the interior features fresh carpet, door panels, and a new dash skin. Keep in mind, it is an honest vintage truck. The AC doesn't work, and it only has one of its gas tanks. Best of all, it's packing a Dixie horn from the Dukes of Hazzard. Historically, this truck is incredibly special because 1987 was the absolute final year of the iconic Chevy square body generation. Back in the late 80s, you were cross shopping this beast with the Ford F-150, Bricknose, or the Dodge Ram W150. While Ford dominated commercial fleet sales, the square body Chevy became the undisputed king of custom truck culture thanks to its timeless, boxy lines and easy-to-modify suspension. For 20 grand, you're getting a turnkey time capsule. Would you park this in your driveway?